Me?
Anybody else is surplus, okay? So they need to start making their way.
There you go.
The surplus
See?
waking away.
Now they're going to disperse. They want to disperse.
Okay, we'll deal with certain other people in the area, okay?
May I ask what the word is? Are you going to grab me? Because I'm sorry, but whoever grabbed me was...
Right, listen to me. Come over here. Right. I know you've got your voice, and you've got your faults, and you've got your opinions.
Sure.
Okay, but don't bring it out in front of these people. 'Cause obviously, they weren't liking your opinion, and they was arguing with you. What we don't want...
one person arguing.
Yeah, I know, but what we don't want it to escalate to anything more, okay?
I understand that.
That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Just keep it under control.
Sure.
Okay? But don't force your opinions with other people who don't like it.
I wasn't forcing my opinions.
You were. We were listening to you.
They could have chose not to listen to me or told me to shut up. It was only one person who decided to argue.
Well, that's why we came in and stopped it and asked you not to do it.
I'm allowed to. Is this not a free country?
If it causes a breach of the peace or any offence, then we can intervene.
Have you got a pen on you? It's like it's day service.
How is it causing breach of peace, may I ask?
I said, if it does, and I believed it was going to, because the other gentleman was starting to argue with you, and you were still...
I recognise what you're saying.
Yeah, that's why...
May I just ask you something?
Go on.
Simple question. That other gentleman, why didn't you stop him, perhaps? When he was... I was trying to be peaceful and actually just
Well, no,
talk.
you wasn't. Because we're listening to you. You're shouting.
I wasn't shouting. I was talking.
Right, because you've been on the premises, okay, you've been ejected because you have been causing a breach of the peace. I'm going to take your name, okay? Have you got any details on you?
Well,
Anything that can confirm you are?
I would like to remain anonymous under my... I believe that's... I have the right to remain anonymous. Under common law, I do.
Do you?
Yes, I actually do. I don't need to give my details.
Well, okay. Well, I mean... have
I caused a crime?
Yes, actually, you've committed a breach of the peace, so obviously... we're still investigating whether you're actually known or you've committed any electoral laws that have been broken, because we will be pursuing them, okay? So we're detaining you here for the purposes of conducting our investigation, okay? So I need to ascertain what your name is, okay?
I'm sorry, but I wish to remain anonymous. That is my right as an individual.
You're all together? Yeah.
Oh, no, can you just wait over there when we deal with him?
Okay, can we just make sure they don't see if they've done anything?
No, he's just going to vote now, that's all. No,
He called me in because
the other guy's going to vote. He was just escorted out.
Is it?
Andy escorted. I don't know. Andy is.
Well, has there been any visible offence been committed? I don't see that. Has any visible offence been committed? I can't imagine.
We'll answer your questions in a minute, okay?
We'll find out, that's all.
But I also find it quite interesting that you're detaining me when I haven't actually done anything wrong. If there's no proof of anything done wrong, you can't really detain me, really, unless I've committed a crime.
As far as we're concerned, you've been ejected from the area for a reason, because you've been caught.
We detain you to actually find out exactly what has gone on, if you have committed a crime or not. Obviously, out here, you're committing a breach of the peace, which we spoke about, and that's why I came out and spoke to you.
So you're saying I did commit a breach of the peace?
Yeah, well, that is classed as a breach of the peace. The other person was starting to argue as well.
But you just told me I could have committed a breach of peace, but you didn't say I did. Now you're saying I did, so you're changing the story.
No, I'm not. I'm keeping the story as it is.
Well, you have changed it. I wasn't committing a breach of peace, because to commit a breach of peace would entail that I would have to cause a riot. And there was no riot.
Not a riot.
So what is a breach of peace? What are the terms?
Okay, well, the thing is, you've been ejected from a polling station, okay?
And this is
everybody.
public
Now listen to me, okay? It is everybody's democratic right in order to come to this polling station and vote, okay? All right. You're interfering with that process because you're conducting a court outside it. Now, if that isn't a breach of the peace, I don't know what is.
I wasn't conducting a court.
Yes, you were, my friend.
I was simply asking questions.
Okay. Now you were filming inside the area. Now that you are not allowed to do. Okay. You're not allowed to do. No, you're not allowed to do it inside. Okay. Now that is an offence. Okay.
Well,
Were you filming inside?
I was filming my phone.
Were you filming inside?
Inside the polling station. I didn't go inside because I don't have a...
No, it's not.
Yes, you're arguing us. We know it. Okay, it is.
So that is
polling station.
By what law?
Electoral law.
Electoral law.
You're not supposed to film inside the grounds of the polling station.
And yet this is meant to be a democratic procedure, like you were just saying. You're trying to defend it.
It is a democratic procedure. People don't have to be filmed going in and while they're voting.
No, people weren't being filmed.
Well, that's why they say no cameras.
But
You were filming there. You just said to us you were filming there.
no, filming him.
Yeah, but you was
For security
inside.
reasons.
But you was inside the polling station grounds. Were you outside here when you were filming it?
No.
Right. Were you inside there?
Yes.
Well, that is an offence.
By what law? I don't understand.
statute.
Yeah, exactly. You're acting on statutes here. This is not even law.
It is
It's not common
electoral.
law.
It's electoral law.
Electoral law by what statute?
Well, I'm not going to go into the acts and the years, but we
Well, the
know
acts
it
aren't
is.
law.
It is.
If you
law.
cannot
It is
actually
an
demonstrate
offence.
to him what offence it is that he's committed, he's free to walk away now.
Exactly.
Okay, well, please do that. Walk away
You
now.
were detaining me. That's why.
No, we're finding out what actually happened. That's what we can do. That's our job.
Well, no, you did say you were detaining me.
Yeah.
Yeah, now he's found out what's happened. Now he's saying you can go, so you can go.
Okay.
But we're going to wait for the other guy.
Yeah. I'm allowed to wait for my friend.
He's got to vote, he'll be out shortly.
Okay.
How the campaigner will go get in the gate? In the gate. That is not allowed.
What's that?
The campaigner people.
Okay, well, we'll deal with that when we're done with this
Yeah.
particular
We tell
individual.
them
It
to
is
come
allowed,
out.
they
Look,
don't
they're
actually,
going
because they can't
inside the
actually tell
gate.
us why it's not allowed, mate, so just assume it is. Go get a camera. Let's all join in, let's have a party.
This is.
Have you got a camera?
Yeah, it's been recording. It's the Orwellian state for you.
They've got no argument, they don't know what they're talking about.
No, they don't, because I was asking them by what law, by what authority. They couldn't tell me. They just were using force and intimidation.
Yeah.
This is slowly turning into the United States of America, where they're going to, tase you or beat you. Ask questions later. And I was actually assaulted by a police officer.
Wait,
Yeah, I was.
which one?
Excuse me. What would I have to do if I was assaulted by a police officer? Because I was actually.
Oh, well, you'll find out.
I'll find out. Well, who would I have to?
He's reporting a crime.
I would like to
and
report that I was
you
assaulted
are
by a police
ignoring
officer. Well,
He wants to report it now.
who is your supervisor here?
I'm a supervisor.
Well, I would like to report that one of
My
you.
understanding of the situation, you were lawfully ejected from that premises. Therefore, there's no assault.
I was actually unlawfully ejected.
No, you weren't. You were lawfully ejected by these officers.
But
Okay? So
They
that's
just
the end
said
of
by
the
a statute, by an act.
Should you wish to take it further, think about it, but should you wish to, then go to a police station, make a formal report, and we'll investigate it. But that means we look into absolutely everything that went on.
so
And then
that
we
gives the authority for one of your officers to actually grab me
And
forcefully.
move you out of the premises.
He didn't actually move me. He grabbed me
If we
and
think we need to do that, we have force and we have laws that allow us to do
He
it.
was no threat at
I was
any
no
point.
threat. I wasn't doing any
Really?
threat. Actually, I was targeted instantly, simply
Really?
because I was with my friend.
Well, we didn't just turn up here. We had information that something was going on, hence the reason we arrived.
And that gives you the right to go with guns blazing,
Yes, we can do
for
what
want
we
of a
like.
better
We don't
term.
need to justify it to you. We can do what we like. Thank you very much.
Well,
In
what-
Are
that
you saying that you can
respect.
literally go in guns blazing?
Well, we can go in
You
with our
sound like
lights
the
on, that's what you
Gestapo. I'm
mean.
sorry to say.
Well, that's your opinion.
It's
Thank
not
you
my
very much
opinion.
for
It's
your
a
time.
fact. I'm sorry, my friend.
Okay, well, I have an opinion as well. But rather than getting an argument, which is very unprofessional in the street, as I said to you, you can formally make a report at a police station if that's what you wish to do.
Well, that's what I will be doing
Okay,
because
well,
I think it's
You're more
ridiculous.
than welcome to do that. But as I say, we'll be fully investigating everything should that happen.
It's funny because whenever we call the police for any actual offence, you never turn up, but you
Really? Well,
turn up
I'm sorry.
for
That is
corporate
strange, actually.
offences.
The
That's
other
very
day,
well
I
done.
called 999 because I could hear a child being beaten up in a block of flats near me and nobody came.
They only show up for corporate
And yet
offences.
you're here
I
where
can't be
nobody's
accountable
actually
for every
being
issue
hurt.
that goes on in society, I'm afraid. But we're here to deal with this specific incident.
With regards to, what was it you said? Talking professionally, is that what you said? Are you saying that any time the police want to remove you, they're free to just put their hands on you however they like and justify it just because they just don't want you to be here, whether or not that person is...
We're acting on the advice of the presiding officer who has the power inside the polling station to direct us.
We're talking about this guy because he wants to report a crime and you're
and I've
fobbing
told him
him
what
off.
he can do. No, I haven't fobbed him off. I've told him what he can do.
Well, you got your answer there. There's no point arguing the case
No.
because pretty much they don't represent common law here, only maritime law.
Okay, well, thank you for your opinion anyway.